be great.
Hey, what's up? What's up? I'm Jen.
And what's good? I'm Shady.
And this is Entitled Opinions. So,
And today we want to talk about how the generation is on drugs.
Absolutely.
And as a fellow drug participant.
See, your drugs on brain.
See, yeah, exactly. Your brain on drugs. You say your drugs on brain. See,
Damn,
you don't even do drugs.
I don't even do drugs.
See,
I'm high on life.
Anyway, I don't do no crazy drugs or anything. You know, I smoke weed here and there, which I'm going cold turkey.
It grows from the ground. So.
But I mean, it goes from the ground, but it's not
true. No,
it's not
they've been
the
doing a lot of
greatest.
things.
It's really not the
right.
greatest. Like, to be honest, and
Right.
this is I'm an avid weed smoker, and I'm saying this, so honestly, I really feel like this generation would do so much better without drugs in general. Like, it's okay to do them, but at the same time, not all drugs. It's not okay to do all drugs.
Right.
But
the thing is that sometimes people are using the drug as a
vice,
clutch or vice. Yeah, just like liquor.
All drugs are vices.
Exactly.
Just we use them to cover up shit. You feel me? Like, speaking from my experience, I started smoking when I was like 18, 19, and I had I had to go into a shelter with my family. So it was very stressful for me as a kid to have to experience and go through that with my family. I'm not making no excuses for why I started drugs, but that's just my backstory of why I was in a very low point in my life that made me start. Because before that, I would not even look at drugs, okay? My friends would smoke weed around me. I'd be like, ew. Get that shit out my face.
Right. I personally...
Then I moved to Brooklyn and it was like...
Right.
Bomba!
Everybody... The reason I don't do drugs too often is just because I've been, like, in situations where drug has really killed my family. Like, my aunts, I got crackheads and... people smuggling drugs and all that stuff. I don't like.
I definitely got that shit.
Yeah, too. Absolutely, and it's like not a stranger to a lot of our youth.
Oh, to the black community, we all got a family member that's on drugs. Everybody,
right.
There's like no excuse.
And I just
hiding that shit.
Just really see that struggle, and it's just like, damn. I don't even smoke weed. I mean, I drink sometimes, but that's a drug in itself.
Yeah, it is.
So it's just like your definition of a drug.
I feel like it's all about balance. I feel like when it comes to weed, though, like, if your body can't tolerate it, if you can't be productive with smoking, because that was my problem. Like, I couldn't be really, really productive when I was smoking a lot. Now that I cut back, and also it saves you a lot of freaking money. Like, let's be real, all right? Because if you out here really smoking like that, you know that if you used to save that money, instead of rolling up.
Right. Every time you about to smoke, take that money and put it in a jar. Right. Check it at the end of the week. You about to be like, what the?
Be like, damn.
That's how much you really spend.
Damn. You got mad bread. Like,
yeah.
But it's real out here. You know what's making, and we started this conversation because of that whole Mac Miller death.
Yeah.
Like, 26 years old, like, it's really sad to see our generation going out like this.
And this is like really... this is definitely not uncommon. Like, we see so many people who are in the limelight who have to use that as a clutch. I wish they would use it in different ways. Like, maybe their music should be enough to be that clutch and help them.
That void filler.
Right. But
this world is so cruel. Like, it's crazy out here. Even, with you tapping into your passion, sometimes you still feel unfulfilled.
Right. And it's also like the environment you're in, because even if you're doing good, even if you're doing bad, there's still somebody there talking about you.
Right. Well, you can't escape that. That's
hell no.
You got to be on your sticks and stones. Will break my bones.
And words will hurt you. That's why people...
But you gotta know, words cannot hurt you. They're not supposed to hurt you. See, that's the trick of life. You need to understand that words are words. Like, people are gonna say what they want to say, regardless. You can't help what people are gonna say.
But that's what.
But you can help how you react to it. Something I learned.
It is, but those words really do be really.
They be piercing
into people's souls, though.
They be piercing.
Like, you may on the
That's
outside.
why sticks and stones is a lie.
Right.
It's a lie, because words be hurting the nigga, but you gotta be able to master yourself to where you don't care. You know, it's just like,
or you just direct that anger towards something
said my
productive.
mom is fat. okay.
All right,
you
she
know?
have 5 kids. The fuck you supposed to be anorexic? The hell?
Right.
Damn, my
Gotta
mom
be
was
able
chunk.
to-
That's all right.
You know how the mama jokes, you know, black people don't play that. But
Right. Talk about mama, you about to get killed. Oh my gosh.
But word, seeing Mac Miller go at 26 was really, really
right.
depressing. Even with X dying, but X got killed, you know.
Yeah, that's
when you die from drugs, it was more like you had a choice, you know. And that's really it really touched me. It's just it's hard to cope with, especially since he was like very influential to the generation, to the culture.
Young, right.
He was very young, fresh, and his mindset, like his music. Because I don't know him personally, I can't say his mindset, but through his music, I could tell, you know.
You can always tell somebody tell a lot about somebody through their music and what they choose to write.
And what they care about.
Exactly.
Yeah. But yeah, Mac he was definitely dope, so that...
Rest in peace.
I followed him for a minute listening to his tunes.
I used to watch his show.
Word that he had on MTV. Yeah. He was hilarious.
That was a funny show.
I went to smoke weed with him. I was like, let me going Dave blow down the L with that cool ass white boy. I know man, cool white boy. I can tell this is a cool one right here.
He's a cool ass white boy.
But it's sad, genuine souls, man, and when you think about it and you see how this generation is going down, how things is going down, and you just think about the future of the rest of the kids that gotta grow up in this, you know. That's nothing to artists that promote drugs in their music and all of that, because everybody got to eat, you know. But I just feel like there should be a balance.
It definitely needs to be a balance, because like I like the way I was living back in the day wasn't really that hard. Even though we grew up in the 90s and whatever, the early 2000s, I could walk to school by myself at 7 years old. I wouldn't dare to send my nieces and nephews to school.
Crazy.
And the school was right across the street.
That's crazy, because I definitely, yes, it is weirder. Like our generation was more out. We was doing our own thing. And even younger, like my parents, like my dad was telling me like 6, 7, he was going to the store by himself.
Right.
So even more, the older generation was growing up faster than, you know, it's just getting, I feel like it's getting dumbed down a little bit.
It's what children have.
Everybody's saying technology is making the kids a little bit smarter.
But
it's taking them away from their natural instincts. Like
I
feel like it's making them smart when it comes to electronic wise. But I feel like you still got to be connected to, you know, nature outside your natural instincts, you know.
You got kids, and I get so mad when I go over to my sister's house and my niece and nephews, and they're on YouTube watching people play games. Like, what the hell? Go outside and play a game. Like, what the heck?
Yo, we used to make up games, like niggas used to be in the backyard wilding.
Do
mad stupidness.
And the games of Manhunt used to be real, hiding in trees, on top of buildings. The
Manhunts was real.
That one in Caden Park where it was pitch black and
could not find him for nothing. Good times.
Serious.
They genuinely need that shit though. Like
they really do, because
my dad used to talk about how they had like arcades and shit where they could, you know, go in and play and get to know. There's no arcades anymore. It's just like they're not trying to keep us connected. They want us to be disconnected. Like that's the only thing I feel that this having these phones in our faces are really doing, you know, just keeping us disconnected from each other. And that's the only problem, I feel like. And with the drugs, drugs gotta go. Gotta go, but you know.
There's gotta be a balance, basically, like for everything. Because like you can be on the computer, you can be on the internet, like we recording right now for the internet. You know what I'm saying? But it's just gotta be some type of balance. Like I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna go and do this, and then I'm gonna do this. It's just like, you know, making that game plan, setting aside some time for fun time, family time.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. I remember back in the days, my family used to have family game night. We used to try. We tried. You know, black people never on time. We forget. you know. But we did attempt. And those days that we did have those game nights where we played like Monopoly and shit like that, it was mad fun, you know?
Yeah.
And those are the connections that are very rare, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're not thinking about shit like that nowadays. Like, I can't wait until I have my kids.
That's what I'm saying. Like, but that's
they're gonna be tight. They're gonna be like, no TV, ma. No,
no cell phones at the table. No,
none of that.
But that stuff.
How was your day?
It's what helps. Our children, our youth, not go into drugs,
right,
and not go into crime because they have that. It starts
extra
at home.
love at home. Word.
It starts at home.
See, I can't even. You can't blame your parents because
No.
your parents, my parents, grew with me. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So I can't never blame them for
Right.
anything with me.
Of course
picking
not.
Up this
Honestly, it's not
drug habit.
I don't think
But
it's no like blaming. It's
you
just
can't
like
because the
growing.
way society's set up, you know,
Mhm.
they gotta eat. So my parents had to work a lot.
Right,
you know?
and it's real
Like,
hard, especially living in New York and
man.
you have to have both parents working all the time or
to get
whatever.
something.
Exactly.
Even with them both working, it was still hard for a
Yeah.
nigga, okay? Because we ended up in the shelter. So,
Mhm.
like, it's no games out here. And I was working.
My
Young.
mom passed a couple years ago, 2014, right? And I try and leave with my mom on a like a nice note. My sister tells me all the stuff that she used to do to make sure we ate because like my father and my mom separated a long time ago and he died in 2005 and she died in 2014. So she used to have to do everything by herself. So she used to tell me some things she was doing. My mom, Jasmine used to tell me all these things that my mother was doing to make sure we ate because she got 5 girls to send to school.
Hustler.
We had, right before school, she made sure everyone had 3 pairs of sneakers, 5 to 10 outfits. And I'm like, yo, I was thinking like, yo, no, mom, we got this money. But I ain't never asked her questions because that was the innocence in me.
Mm-hmm.
And Jasmine trying to take my damn innocence away. Like,
By telling you?
yeah.
She told you?
Yeah, she was telling me what my mother was doing, strapping stuff to her. I ain't telling her my mom's business.
Life.
But it's just like, damn, like,
You gotta
what they gotta go
appreciate your
through.
parents' word because they went through it. They went through.
So
I feel
that
like
we don't have to.
They went through. Yeah, exactly. So we don't have to, and then we gotta continue that. Like
It's
continue
just-
to make sure the next generation heals. You know, because
Yeah.
everybody got that trauma in their family. Like
Right,
How you make this
absolutely.
thing work?
We
This,
got a special guest.
hotspot work because it's not
fucking
working.
it up.
Special guest.
Oh Lord Jesus!
That was my mom.
That was a Mom Dukes.
But yeah, for real. Like we just gotta make sure the next generation doesn't have to face and heal from the same
But
problems.
it's gonna be hard because it's just like, well, not hard because
We gotta
everything's
keep
gonna be
shedding
hard.
layers of
Exactly.
ourselves, so that when we do have, we could breach through our children, so they could understand, you
Yeah.
know, the traumas and how to cope without leaning on drugs, without leaning on other people. I feel like that tribe mentality got to come back where
Yeah.
it takes a village to raise
It
a child,
really needs
because
to.
that's how I was raised. Like, I mean, not to say I was raised the best way, you know, but it helps, you know, having outside influences
Yeah.
that were actually doing stuff with their lives that was like, you know,
No, it
in
really
prominent
does.
places that would give me advice and stuff like that. Like, I feel like every kid needs that. Like,
Every kid needs that. Like, it really needs to be like just the way they try and make like apartment buildings and projects seem negative. It needs to be something where it's positive.
More unity,
Where
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
working, my neighbor could pick up my kid from school. You know, it'll be more trust.
and
It needs to be.
more trust, yeah. And that's another thing this generation is done with. They done with trust.
No
Niggas
trust.
don't know what that word means.
Yeah, man.
It's like trust what?
Right, because when you think somebody will roll up in your house and steal all your stuff, you come home to a piece of paper on the floor. Your whole furniture set is going to go to their house like, oh, I just bought this.
It'd be real out here. Too real.
Oh man, but that village mentality would really help our community grow because
lot.
I was speaking with my grandma earlier today, and she was telling me how when she was younger, her mother was uneducated because she couldn't work. I mean, because she couldn't finish school because she had to take care of her mother who was uneducated because her mother was a slave, and that was before that.
Generations,
Yeah,
man.
so she
Generations
couldn't
of the
work
fuck up,
because
man.
she
They
was a
fucked us
slave.
up.
And then she
We can make
couldn't
a
finish
change,
school because she was a slave. And then my grandma couldn't. My grandma actually was the first to graduate high school. And then she started going, but she couldn't finish college because she had to take care of her mother, and then her kids. And it's just like the cycle. It's just keep going. But it's getting better though, because now from making only enough for all her husband and her kid to sleep in one rented room, for her to have her own place, her daughters to have her own place, her son, now her kids having their own place. So it's getting better, and we can move towards something if we choose to make the right choices.
That's it. That's what it's mainly about. Life is about choices. But if you, like, internally, we know a lot of things, man. Like, you don't have to look for answers. The answers be within inside you. If you really take time and, like, really,
Meditate
sit
it.
back and, like, listen to yourself,
Yeah.
you really have all the answers.
Really do. You gotta
Excuse
really
me.
meditate, listen to your spirituality.
Listen to your spirit. Word. Your spirit will definitely tell you, because
guide you. They already been through it. Your
my
ancestors
spirit has
through
been blacking on my ass. Like, bitch, if you don't stop smoking, stop spending that fucking money and get on your grind with your talent.
Right.
Fucking playing games. And I'll be like, all right.
What they said, like, if you don't use your talent, God will take it away, right?
Right? You know? Can't let everybody in this world use you except for God, man. You gotta let that man work through you. Man. And you can't let the world swallow you at the same damn time. Yo, it's
Seriously,
really,
it's
like
a
really,
big gaping hole.
really, this drug epidemic is real.
Yeah, man. But
And it's been especially within, I mean, it's in all communities, because they make it seem like, oh, the black community, everybody on crack and all that, and everybody done. Like, it's not no competition on white or black with this drug shit. Like,
Right.
we all need to stop. Like, everybody needs to
the
stop.
human
fucking,
race.
Right. We just need to chill the fuck out. Not to say nothing about weed, the real good shit, but. You
Drugs,
know,
if you're not gonna use it to better yourself, and you're just gonna allow it to take back
control of you. Yeah,
right,
yeah.
exactly. You need.
I definitely let it do that a couple of times in my life. you
Right,
know.
but as long as you can admit that, that's the first step.
Always.
You know, just admitting it and moving forward.
Always.
So
That's what life's about, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Gotta be able to let go. Honest with
yourself.
yourself. Let go and let God and
Mm-hmm.
move the fuck on. Because the future is bright. It's
It
bright
really
for you.
is. It's bright.
It's bright for you. No, but seriously, like, it's bright for everybody. It's
No, it
all
really
about
is.
our choices. Like, I never complain. Like, I've had my moments. I was gonna say I never complain, but I'm lying.
Yeah,
You know,
I
we all
complain.
have our moments where I done had depressed ass moments over stuff that I can't really complain about or control, you know? And that's a problem. I do have a control problem sometimes, especially when it comes to people I love. I don't control them, but I don't like to see bad things happening to them.
Right.
Like, that hurts me. When I see somebody that I love hurting, I'm hurting. Like, I'm seriously hurting. And that's like a bad
It's
thing.
a good and bad thing.
Yeah, it's like a blessing and a curse. Like, because it's like you're not supposed to care so much, but at the same
I just
time,
want to see my people suffer.